What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about the Winnipeg Jets and some of the stuff that's come out over the last few days. Obviously the trade deadline coming up very soon here on March 7th. Not a lot of time to get some deals done, so it is crunch time for the Jets and some other teams. Now with the Four Nations face-off being over, it really does seem like things are picking up. Some things are coming out about what some teams are doing, and that includes the Winnipeg Jets, who are extremely tight-lipped and hard to get a read on, but there have been some things leaked about the Jets, and we're going to talk about that right now. The first and most concerning thing that I've heard this week is that the Jets have offered a second-round pick to the Flyers for Scott Laughton. I don't think they're the only team that's done that, but that has been leaked. If you want my honest opinion about that, I think that's the Flyers leaking this on purpose, to be honest with you, trying to get a first-round pick. Included in the leak that, the Jets offered a second-round pick was that, hey, whoever offers a first is probably going to get him, so they're probably just trying to get a team to offer a first, get their guy, and, acquire a first-round pick. If they're able to get a first-round pick for Scott Laughton, that's amazing. I don't hate Scott Laughton, but the idea of giving up a second or even a first, especially a first, for a guy like that is just ridiculous, especially when you look at what the Jets have and what they need. They have probably 4 to 5 Scott Laughtons on the team. They do not need another one. So if they go ahead and do this, I really don't even know where he'd fit. Like, at that point, would you move Lowry up to the second line and play him with Ehlers and Iafallo? I don't really know. I don't know what you would do there, because he's not a second line center. I don't really see him as a fit with Perfetti and Ehlers. I just don't really know how that would work. I don't think this makes much sense for Winnipeg. If they do acquire Laughton, I would really hope that that's not the biggest move they're going to be making, but yeah, Laughton's a guy that is on the Jets' radar for sure. I know he's on Toronto's radar. That's been talked about a lot. I think it makes a lot more sense for Toronto, as they lacked a ton of depth in their forward core. So, I don't know. I hope Winnipeg doesn't make this move. I think they can do better work with, the assets that they have. So yeah, news coming out that the Jets are looking and sniffing around some depth pieces, as, contenders do. Jets are a contender, make no mistake about it. This team's had a great year, but there are some holes in their lineup that I don't think depth can necessarily fix. Now, the good news here is that, okay, the Jets are big fish hunting, or at least scouring for a bigger fish, and they're dangling a piece that they wouldn't typically deal in years past. Colby Barlow's name has popped up in some trade rumors that the Jets are, kind of dangling him as a piece to acquire a bigger piece with term. Now, what that piece is unclear at this moment. I don't know if we'll get any clarity on really what they're doing, because Chevy keeps his cards extremely close to his chest. And I like that, but it drives me absolutely crazy because I want to know what they're doing. But it is really interesting because with Barlow up on the block, I think he carries a ton of value. I like Colby Barlow as a prospect, but I'm unsure of how he's going to develop at the NHL level. He's a scoring forward. Guy has a ridiculous shot, an NHL shot. He's a big, heavy body, but that guy can't skate. It's atrocious, right? His defensive game needs some work. He is a little ways out from the show still, despite having all of these NHL attributes. I don't know how he can really impact the Jets in the next 2 years effectively, so I think he's a perfect prospect to move. I don't really see them moving on from guys like Braden Yager. He's having an incredible year. Don't really see them moving from Elias Salamatson, who looks like he's going to have a spot on the team next season. He's been really good. Chibrikov, Lambert, I don't really anticipate them moving, but Barlow is a guy that I could see, and a guy I'd be okay letting go. I think he's going to carry a lot of value, considering he has all those NHL attributes. Used to be a captain on his old junior club. Barlow's a good player, a lot of talent there, and he's going to be an NHL player. But if the Jets are going to win now, that's a piece that they should definitely move while the value is at possibly its highest for Colby Barlow. Now, there are some guys out there that I would love the Jets to go acquire. I take a look at Seattle. There's a lot of guys on that team. I made a video about, Alexiak and McCann. Both those guys I think will come at a high price. That's a team that needs young talent. I mean, Barlow would probably be really nice over there. Seattle doesn't have a lot of prospects, right? They're a newer franchise. Barlow would probably shoot close to the top of their prospect pool. I don't know. Maybe the Jets take a look over there, take a sniff, see what's up. Obviously, the Mikko Rantanen stuff is all in limbo right now, and I think that's a big reason why we're not seeing a ton of trades currently, or a lot of big ones anyway, because Rantanen is one of the top 15 players in the league, arguably. He's playing kind of poorly with Carolina right now. I wouldn't say poorly, but just not having the same luck. Not playing with McKinnon definitely does make a difference, but I think if you play Rantanen, in your top 6, really anywhere, if the Jets were to add Rantanen, he can play center, he can play wing, you can do a lot with that guy. And don't tell me that, oh, well, he's not as good without McKinnon. Obviously he's not. McKinnon can make Mason Appleton look like an everyday first liner, right? But if you get Mikko Rantanen on your team with a top 6 that already features Mark Scheifele, Gabe Vilardi, Kyle Connor, Nikolai Ehlers, and Cole Perfetti, come on, man, you can figure it out, right? Imagine playing Mikko Rantanen as your second-line center with Ehlers and Perfetti. That would be bonkers. I had a random thought the other day of, Rantanen going on and playing with Adam Lowry and Nino Niederreiter. That would be kind of a waste in my opinion, but could you imagine how good that line would be? There's a lot of good things to like about Rantanen, and not only that, his cap hit is in half currently, because Chicago is retaining half of it from the Colorado Avalanche trade. So really anybody can make this deal if he's made available. We'll see what happens with Carolina if they do it. I'd imagine Carolina, if they make the move, would want to move him to the West, as they are in the East. So I think it's probably between the Jets, Vegas, or Dallas, unless somebody from the East offers something they can't refuse. So if Rantanen is available, buckle up, Jets fans, because this could be a very interesting pickup. With term or without term, Mikko Rantanen could be a lot of fun to add to this team, and it could be a piece that propels the Jets to a cup final. This is the year to go for it, ladies and gentlemen. If they don't, I don't know if we're ever going to see a year like this again. Next year, I think the Jets will be good. Can they replicate this year? It's going to be very tough. So, as far as I'm concerned, Kevin Cheveldayoff, it's time to put the chips forward and go for it. I'm not saying screw up the chemistry. I'm not saying, overdo it or anything. But I think if the Jets are going to add 1 or 2 pieces this year, they have to be quality, because the Jets are only missing a couple of things on this team. Maybe add a bottom pairing defenseman and add some impact into your top 6 and let it ride. Because, hey man, this team is very good. This team is good as it stands right now. But without a little bit of tweaking, I don't know if this team can realize their full potential. But that's all I got today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the trade deadline. Just over a week left. What's going to happen? I don't know. It's stressing me out. Stressing a lot of people out on Twitter. People are starting to get antsy. But I do think big things are coming here for the Jets in the next week. And yeah, I'm pumped for it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. See you guys in the next one. Go Jets, go. Bye-bye.